State of Michigan, 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Christina Buchanan. During proceedings, there should be no driving, smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, nor laying down. Do not start your video or mute your device unless the court instructs you to do so. And if there's anything that you need to do that you don't want the rest of the world to see, please walk away from the camera quietly. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all.
Thank you. Good afternoon. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there we are. Good afternoon. I am Judge Christina V. Kennedy. Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, please. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. I'm Judge Christina Kennedy, and I will preside over the docket for courtroom 433 this afternoon. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start calling the 130 docket. We don't have many cases on the docket today, so I'm going to call them all at one time. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number, but please don't say anything until I have called all of the cases. Once I finish calling all of the cases, I will give you some information. Please write that information down, and then I will ask for the plaintiff's counsel to place their appearances on the record. If plaintiffs are here, you would state your name, and then I'll ask that the defendants do the same. At that time, please turn on your camera if it's not already turned on, unmute your device, and state your name. And if you called in, meaning you dialed in on the telephone, you just dial *6 to unmute. Before we get started, I want to reiterate Officer Wallace's instruction that if there is anything that you don't want the rest of the world to see you doing, you please make sure you turn your camera off or completely step away from your device, as we are streaming these proceedings live over YouTube. So that means that anybody in the world can join us and watch these proceedings. So if you have to use the restroom or change your clothes or something that will cause you embarrassment, if the whole world sees you doing it, please make sure you turn your camera off or completely step away from your device. Okay. Ready to begin. Now calling case number 24347-627, Real Property Management, Maine versus Denzel Payton, Aaliyah Lattimore, Kalia Lattimore, and all occupants of 335 425th Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-629. This is Real Property Management, Maine versus Alisa Oliver and all occupants of 4903 Whitfield in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-630. This is Great Lakes Renaissance Properties LLC versus Justin McKinstry and all occupants of 428 King Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-631, Great Lakes Renaissance Properties LLC versus Naima Watson and all occupants of 1729 Vinewood, Unit 1 in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24347-648, Angerser LLC versus Isaiah Gerald Hill and all occupants of 19611 Revere Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-649, Tip Top Real Estates MI LLC versus Barry Smith and all occupants of 14220 Rosemary Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24347-666, Sonia Dabney versus Jerome Fitzpatrick. This is for a property located at 12751 Rutland in the city of Detroit. And finally, calling case number 24347-729, Mark Blyther versus Severa Wright for property located at 10021 Winthrop in the city of Detroit. These matters are before the court on complaints to recover possession of property, as well as complaints for non-payment of rent. Today is the time and date scheduled for a first hearing to be held in these matters. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings are to be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new court date. Ladies and gentlemen, please write this information down. The next court date for these matters will be June 25th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Again, that's June 25th at 8:30 a.m. The next court hearing will not be via Zoom. It will be held in person down at the 36th District Court, which is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. I am in courtroom 433. So everybody on this Zoom needs to come to courtroom 433 on June 25th at 8:30 a.m. If you are logged into this session via a smartphone or a tablet, you should be able to go into the Zoom chat. Madam Clerk just typed the information about the next court date into that chat. And so you can screenshot it if you'd like to. Otherwise, please write it down. The court will mail notices to appear to everyone, but just in case they get lost, I like to make sure everybody has the information about the next court date. Plaintiffs, when you come to the next court date, please make sure you bring with you the following documents: a copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement, a copy of the most recent rental ledger if rent is at issue, a completed proof of service, and if there's a property management agreement in place, I need a copy of that as well. Again, I need a deed, a lease agreement, a current rental ledger, the completed proof of service, and any property management agreement. That's if you have not already filed those documents. If they're not in the file already, you need to bring them to court with you on June 25th. Failure to bring those documents with you to the next court date could result in dismissal of your case. So please make sure you bring those documents with you to the next court date. Defendants, if you have any evidence that supports your defense, please bring it to court with you on the next court date. But please make sure you reduce it to paper. I'm speaking specifically of most times what I see are receipts, rental receipts, and pictures. Please don't bring those to me in a cell phone and ask me to scroll through your phone. I try not to do that. I do not feel comfortable scrolling through people's cell phones, and I cannot put your cell phone in the file as evidence. So again, if you have anything that supports your defense, please make sure you put it to paper and bring it to court with you on June 25th. Let's see, defendants, you have the right to be represented by counsel if you so choose. You can either hire your own attorney or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are present in the Zoom session today. They are here to provide you with legal counsel for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings, and that will be free of charge to you. At the end of today's hearing, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you're on a tablet or a smartphone, you'll receive a prompt come across your screen. Please tap the prompt. It's going to take you into the breakout room. If you're on a telephone, and what I mean by that is if you dialed in, actually called in on the telephone, you will not receive any prompt. You don't have to worry about doing anything. Once I ask for your transfer, someone will automatically transfer you. Either way, once you get into the breakout room, you will not be able to hear or see what's going on in this main session, and we in the main session won't be able to hear or see what's going on with you in the breakout room. That is so that you can have a private conversation with the agency attorneys. Please do not come back out into the main session unless the attorney tells you to do so. Please don't raise your hand or start pressing buttons. That will just slow me down. Please have patience. Everyone will be seen by a defense attorney today. Defendants, once you're done speaking with the agency attorneys, you're free to log off, but please make sure you come back to court on June 25th at 8:30 a.m. in person in courtroom 433. Defendants, if you don't come to court on that date at 8:30, a default judgment will be entered against you. And plaintiffs, if you don't come to court on that date at 8:30, your case will be dismissed. All right. With all of that being said, for matters ending in 627, 629, 630, and 631, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Marlena Schoen for the plaintiff, P69505.
Good afternoon to you, Attorney Schoen. For matter ending in 627 is Denzel Payton, Aaliyah Lattimore, Kalia Lattimore, or any occupant of 335 425th Street present. Please unmute yourself.
Present.
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Kalia Lattimore.
All right. Can you turn on your camera, Ms. Lattimore?
Yes.
All right. Are you there alone, or someone is Denzel Payton or Aaliyah Lattimore present with you?
No, I'm here alone.
Okay, thank you. All right, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
I did.
Okay, so we'll see you on the 25th in person. Can I have someone transfer Kalia Lattimore into a breakout room? Ms. Lattimore, just follow the prompt. That concludes the matter ending in 627. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. For matter ending in 629 is Elisa Oliver or any occupant of 4903 Whitfield present.
I'm present.
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Elisa Oliver.
Okay, Ms. Oliver, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on the 25th at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Oliver into a breakout room? Have a good day, Ms. Oliver. Just follow the prompt. That concludes the matter ending in 629.
You as well.
Thank you. For matter ending in 630 is Justin McKinstry or any occupant of 428 King Street present.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Present Justin McKinstry.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. McKinstry. Mr. McKinstry, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, received.
All right, thank you. We'll see you on the 25th at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Mr. McKinstry into a breakout
Thank you.
room?
Have a good day.
The same, thank you. That concludes the matter ending in 630. Just follow the prompt, please. Matter ending in 631 is Naima Watson or any occupant of 1729 Vinewood, Unit 1 present. Please unmute. Naima Watson, if you're present, please. There you are. Please unmute yourself, state your name.
Naima Watson.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Watson. You're the defendant on a complaint.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you. You're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, June 25th, 8:30 a.m.
That's correct. Thank you very much. We'll see you on that date and time. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Watson into a breakout room? That concludes the matter ending in 631. Just follow the prompt, Ms. Watson. Have a good day. All right.
Thank you.
Is that it? I think that's it for you, Attorney Schoen. Have a great week.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right. For matters ending in 648 and 649, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Yes, good afternoon, Judge Cullen Geisler, P69024 on behalf of the plaintiff in both matters.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Geisler. Is Isaiah Gerald Hill or any occupant of 19611 Revere Street present? Please unmute and turn on your camera, please.
My name is Isaiah Hill.
Hello, Mr. Hill. You're the defendant on a complaint to recover possession of property. Did you get the information about the next court date, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see you on June 25th at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Isaiah Hill into a breakout room? Mr. Hill, just follow the prompt when it comes across your screen. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. That concludes the matter ending in 648. For matter ending in 649 is Barry Smith or any occupant of 14220 Rosemary Street present.
Yes.
Good afternoon. What is your name, sir?
Dante Crutcher.
Okay, Mr. Crutcher, do you live at 14220 Rosemary?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Crutcher, are you there with Barry Smith? Is he with you?
No, he's not here right now. He at work.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Crutcher, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you on the 25th of June. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Crutcher into a breakout room? Mr. Crutcher, just follow the prompts. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. That concludes matter ending in 649.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great weekend. That's it for
Oh,
me.
thank you, Attorney Geisler. Have a good one. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. For matter ending in 666, is the plaintiff Sonia Dabney present? If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself and state your name.
Yes, ma'am, Sonia Dabney.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
And thank you. Jerome Fitzpatrick, if you're present, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself and state your name. And we can't hear you. Let's see. Why can't we hear you? You are not muted on my end. Is your device muted?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes. What's your name?
Jerome Fitzpatrick.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Mr. Fitzpatrick. Ms. Dabney, you are the plaintiff, and Mr. Fitzpatrick, you are the defendant on this complaint to recover possession of property. Ms. Dabney, do you have the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what about you, Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
All right, I'll see you both here on the 25th. Ms. Dabney, I need all of the information that I stated. I don't have the proof of service, the deed. If there's a lease agreement, can you bring that as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that concludes the matter ending in 666. Mr. Fitzpatrick, just follow the prompt. Good day, Ms. Dabney and Mr. Fitzpatrick. And for matter ending in 729, is Mark Blyther present? Ms. Dabney, you can log off. I'm sorry.
Okay, the camera had went out and came back in, so I didn't know. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Have a blessed weekend.
You too. Thank you very much. Okay, plaintiff Mark Blyther, please state your name.
Mark Darwin Blyther.
All right. Is that Darwin for middle name?
Yes, Darwin, yes.
Okay, Mark Darwin Blyther. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Blyther. You're
Good
the
afternoon.
plaintiff on this matter. Is Sebra Wright present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in today. However, there is a proof of service in the file, which indicates that service was effectuated. And so the court is going to proceed with this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This first hearing will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing, which will take place on the date that I gave everybody else, June 25th. At 8:30 a.m. That'll be in person. The court will mail notice to both parties. Mr. Blyther, please make sure you bring the documentation that I indicated was necessary for the plaintiffs. I need the deed and the lease agreement and the rental ledger, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. That concludes matter ending in 729. And that concludes the docket for courtroom 433 for this Friday, May 31st. Thank you everyone today for your patience. Thank you to my court staff. Thank you to the agency attorneys, the litigants, and the plaintiff's attorneys. I hope everyone enjoys your weekend. Court is adjourned.